Hey, how's it going? It's Sam Frost here, back with some more digital marketing advice. In today's video, I want to talk about the fact that your Google Ads advertising, if you're running Google Ads, probably isn't performing as well as you think it is. So if you're running your own Google Ads, and even I've seen this problem occur when you're paying agencies or freelancers or employees to run ads for you, by default, Google is kind of geared to try and make its performance from Google Ads look as good as possible to keep you advertising on the platform. Same thing happens with Meta and their ad platform, LinkedIn ads. All of the platforms that exist tend to try and get you to do things, at least by default, that are going to basically overemphasize, overstate the performance you're getting. Now, in the Google Ads context, one way that this happens is that unless you really look at what you're doing and know what you're doing, Google is probably going to try and sneak in branded terms. So your brand name or your sort of specific products that you sell that have a kind of a name attached to them. So think Apple as the brand or iPhone as the product brand name or brand term. Google will try and sneak that into your campaigns, often without you realizing. And it's a really common thing that I find if I review Google Ads accounts for clients, particularly where they've been running their own Google Ads campaigns, is that they'll have conversion tracking set up, say through Shopify or tracking lead forms or whatever the case may be. And if they haven't understood this concept and set up the account properly to avoid it, Google is basically bringing through a lot of branded traffic that business probably would have generated a lead or a sale from via an organic search or direct navigation anyway, but it's being attributed to Google Ads. And there's a whole kind of debate around whether or not you should do branded term advertising. That's a topic for a different video. The key thing is that if it's happening without you realizing, it can massively overstate the performance of your Google Ads advertising. And I've found time and time again scenarios where an advertiser at a high level, it looks like they're getting a great return. So for every dollar they're spending on Google Ads, they're getting $10 back or $20 back. But when you actually go and dig into the numbers and what's coming through in things like the search terms report, what's actually happening is that 75-80% of the conversion value or conversion volume is coming from branded terms where the company probably would have got that customer anyway. And then actually when you look at the non-branded activity, it's nowhere near as profitable, at least in terms of sort of immediate return on ad spend. Now, there's actually, a sort of, once again, a bigger argument in terms of saying, hey, you don't always have to get an immediate positive return on ad spend or a massive return on ad spend to make it worthwhile doing the non-branded advertising. It might be that, for every dollar you spend on non-branded ads, you get $3 back and you just about break even. But if you get that customer and keep them happy, they'll keep coming back and buying more from you in the future. And then it actually works out quite nicely for you in that manner. And without knowing the specifics of your business and how it's sort of structured and how much repeat business you get, I can't really give specific advice. But the key thing is understanding what's going on. And so that's why you need to know how to do things like look in Google Ads at your search terms report and work out if you're doing Google's default options like using broad match keywords, using lots of different keywords in an ad group, there's every risk that your brand terms are being pulled in without you realizing. Same goes if you do things like performance max advertising on Google Ads that Google really pushes you towards using. Lots of brand search activity gets rolled into that, lots of aggressive retargeting, and once again, it's got that same kind of impact of potentially just getting you customers you would have got anyway, but sort of attributing those across to Google Ads so that it makes the overall impression of your performance look more positive than it really is. And the key thing is understanding what's actually happening. Then you can make a more informed decision. So if you're not sure how to assess that, leave a comment in the comment section below. I'll point you to some resources. I'll also leave some in the video description, some other lessons I've dropped in the past on this very topic. But what I just wanted to do is kind of plant that seed of if you don't know how much of your Google Ads activity is actually you just capturing existing brand demand and then having it attributed over conversion-wise or sales-wise to Google Ads, is every chance your advertising isn't actually performing as well as you think it is. If you've got any questions, please do let me know. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.